Hello there, my kumquats. How are you doing today? King of the Hill Battles! I believe this is episode 6. I don't know, I'll make sure I get it right in the title, but I think it's episode 6, maybe 7. We've been playing a lot of King of the Hill Battles lately. Hopefully you guys are enjoying them. I know I am. I've been doing pretty good lately in the King of the Hill, because I'm playing people around my rank, and then in the tournament battles, I've just been getting straight up raped. You know, it's just, oh, it's like a prison up in here. It's okay though. Hopefully we can fend off some people today. I'm getting challenged today by Cosmic Flare, aka Ice Warrior. I know everybody in the history of the world magically always has different names when they come to everything. They have a different King of the Hill name. They'll have a different name on here, and then they'll have a different name that people usually call them by. So it just gets kind of crazy in here to know who is who. Very few people actually keep the same name throughout everything, and I try and be one of those people. Just to mention this, I don't know if you guys ever remember this or even knew of this at all, but when I signed up for Ninja Kiwi, my name was Balloons. Wait, I think it was Balloons TD Master. That was my name on there. It could have been something a little bit similar, but I'm pretty sure it was Balloons TD Master, and then nobody knew it was me on the forums or anything, so I could just go on there, and every once in a while people would like sort of figure out who I was. But this was back when I was a really small YouTuber anyway. It's only had like a couple thousand subscribers, and people would know who I am every once in a while, but for the most part nobody knew who I was, and that's just kind of how it was. I didn't mind. I was just like, hey, I'll just talk about things. And whatever, anyways, whoa, what's going on today? This is getting straight up crazy in here. So he's rushing me with some big yellow rushes, hefty yellow rushes, white rushes on top of that. I go for a re-yellow rush. I thought he wasn't going to have enough money, but he actually did, surprisingly. I'm getting a little bit of farm action going on in here, but I got a little bit too little farms, a little bit too late. It might have been better just not going with farms and going with something else, like a dart monkey or something like that, to fend off the elite game rushes. He's still going for a big, hefty rush in here. He's going for Rigo Zebras, Rigo Leads. He's just crazy rushing. And Pinks on top of that. Whoa, man. I do not have that much stuff, but I sold all my farms, and I got some stuff up. I got a 4th-2 Ninja, but he sold everything to go for that rush, and we are going to take him down. He actually surrendered on that one. Crazy game right there. Absolutely epic. We ended up taking him down barely. And now we're going to play Pyramid Steps. I believe that's the name of this one. We got Pyramid Steps today. I'm going to go with a sort of weird loadout, I suppose. This is something that I used to do all the time. It used to be Cannon, Ninja, Mortar, Tax. That was like my go-to for everything. This is what I would pick. And I felt like it did a pretty solid job. So instead of going with a bunch of farms on this level, I felt like I could have gone with farms. I decided to go full-out Balloon Eco. And on that note, going for Balloon Eco can be a little bit tough sometimes to defend everything and still get a decent eco by the time you get to the late game, especially because people are going to keep on rushing and rushing and rushing peeps. So hopefully we can survive. Anyways, he's got a really solid strategy. I did not even think about doing something like that. I used to do things like that, like Cannon Tax Shooter, and it's a good way to save money and get a little bit better economy for, you know, mid-game. But it's okay. I feel fairly safe with my 3rd-tier Cannon Ninja strategy. It's going pretty well. If you guys want to pay attention to my random chat throughout the games, go right ahead. But he's just asking me about the tournament, how I'm not going to be moving on. I lost every single one of my tournament series. Lost almost all of the games. And, so, how are we doing? Well, we're already in round 7. Luckily, I got my 2 ninjas up to defeat most of these blacks. And he's still going for a pretty hefty rush. He actually ended up getting his Ring of Fire up pretty quickly. Didn't even like wait until the end of level 8. He just went for it. And I actually went for a 2nd cannon here. Probably a silly move. I probably should have went for my mortar to get some Bernie stuff action going on in there. But I felt like he was going to stop rushing me a little bit quicker. But he just kept on egging me on. He's just like, rush, 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 rush. He just did not want to stop rushing. And I feel like, I don't know where the heck his money comes from. Where's he getting all this money? He still buys enough stuff to defend with on top of having all that crap. So, whatevs, man. Whatevs. Continue on here. I feel like I got a pretty solid defense, though. I got a couple ninjas in here. I got my 2 cannons and a mortar on top of that. I feel like we should be able to defend most of these things, especially with my mortar in the bottom there, just in case I need to micro them around a little bit. Camos, maybe a little bit of an issue. We'll have to be, you know, a little bit wary of that if I have to micro my mortar around a little bit or something like that. And I feel like, oh, he's going to go for a rush against me. He's got some Rigo Ceramics and everything, but I think we're going to be able to take this thing down. It looks like, yeah, we take it down. We got a 4th-tier ninja up and everything, but it was a little bit late on that, by the way. I was missing about $100. And I'm going to go for a little mini rush right here. We got some leads and some ceramics underneath it. It looks like those could possibly go through. And they do a little bit of damage, but not enough to take him down. Goodness gracious. Getting crazy up in his house. Anyways, it's about that time to get ready for Boabs, guys. Level 18 is the Boab level, so I need at least one Boab Mauler. I got a 4th tier ninja as well, and some pretty decent balloon popping power on top of that, so I feel okay. I do have my tax shooter that I have not used at all yet today. And he's going to go for another rush, a regrow ceramic rush, all out regrow ceramic rush. He has nothing left. I'm just going to go for a bunch of pinks and take him down. Nice game. He went all out both games already. Pretty crazy. And I feel like we did a fairly good job defending, but for the most part, it was just a more of a he messed up a little bit. He thought I wasn't able to defend that, and we had more than enough stuff. And I didn't have very much extra money either. I've been going a lot more eco than he was, and that's probably why he knew he had to rush, and he had to rush hard. So I'm usually pretty decent at this one. We're already up 2-0, so I feel fairly good about my series today. I'm like, oh yeah, we got this game in the bag, right, guys? He's been playing silly. Hopefully we can keep up with this. But I know he's not a bad player. I've seen him beat some other pretty reasonable people, so hopefully we can keep up with this stuff. Anyways, I'm doing some pretty hefty damage to him right here on the beginning of level 4. We got blues and pinks running right through. He ended up going for a double tax shooter strategy, which was kind of weird. I just wouldn't expect something like that. I mean, I used to do things like that, but what I would do is if I put my tax shooter on one side, I put the other tax shooter on the other side of the triangle. For example, I got it on the top right, I put it on the top left if I got another one. I lost quite a few lives right there. I went a little bit greedy with my eco. I kept going really big groups of blue balloons, and guess what? That big chunk of damage that I did in the early game, he already fended that off and got even more lives of damage on me. But now, oh snap, he's got a ring of fire. Like, I can't do anything to him for a long time now. Oh, snap. But I don't know what happened. Like, why did we do a big chunk of damage? Oh, it looks like the natural balloons were actually doing a big chunk of damage to him. The Ring of Fire did not work very well against the natural balloons. Very interesting. So it's about that time. We're going to get our mortar going. I decided to go for a mortar ninja strategy instead of going for the Ring of Fire, but he's rushing with a lot of yellows. A lot of yellows. A lot of yellows. And guess what I'm doing, guys? I'm trying to send out balloons, but the balloons aren't working. What's going on? Why did I messed up. I was trying to send out yellow balloons because I knew we sold everything, but I was pressing 5 instead of 4. So that was like, I was like, no, press the button. I was figuring out what the heck was going on, and then I realized I died. So, good move by him. He did a fairly good job at rushing me. Again, a all-out rush, though. He's an all-out rush type of guy, right around level 13. So, Amanda's here, and I'll be right back in 1 second. Yay, Amanda's here! So what do we got going on now? Well, oh my god, there's so many boats and so many balloons. We're gonna have to kill them all. So I actually went more of a defensive strategy than I normally do. As you can probably tell in the past few videos, I've had such a defensive stance, basically because of his extreme attacking abilities. He's just attacking non-stop. And I've also noticed that my pretty reasonably simple rushes have been doing lots and lots of damage to him. Basically allowing me to get more economy than him, and I just can't get too greedy on that. I have to realize that I have more economy, but I never do, because I'm crazy, and I suck at not doing that. But with my 2 boats, he's doing a fairly good job. Now what I've noticed is he's just like, no, I'm not going to rush at all until now. I'm just going to rush with everything that I have all at once, and it seems to do more damage to me that way. Level 6 seems to be my biggest weakness on Inkblot. I don't know why, but I always just tend to lose lives on Inkblot on level 6. I just cannot do it. I don't know if I should just go for a mortar really quick, or just try and get a Ring of Fire sooner, or just what the heck I should do. But I decided to go for a quick Ring of Fire today, and it worked out alright. It's working. We've both got Ring of Fires, but I feel like my economy is just so bad, guys. It's like 500. Like that's like nothing. And he's actually rushing me with regrow whites now. Again, he's just very, very aggressive. He's the most aggressive player that I've played in a while. I mean, like the regrow whites, obviously they're not doing very much, but they are doing that little tiny itty bitty minuscule amounts of lives. 2 here, 2 there. A random red is leaking through every once in a while. Is it worth it? I would say no, but to him it is. And then he's going with leads and stuff like that. All right, fancy that. And we're finally getting to the intense parts of the game. We have a level 13 rush that could kill both of us. We have a level 15 rush that could kill both of us. We have a level 18 rush that could probably kill just about anybody in the game. I mean, I think Inkblot's probably one of the worst level 18 levels in the game. Alright, so we've got a few boats in here. I think I'm going to go for a quick rush on this next level here. I think I'm going to go for a quick regrow lead ceramic rush. So I went with a few regrow leads and then a ceramic underneath both of those. And it looks like he did actually end up taking them down. Surprisingly. Surprisingly, took them all down with the regrow leads and the ceramics. And he says, I do love doing that. And I said, yeah, it usually works. That's what happens. It usually works. It usually kills people. He's going to go for a rush against me. Regrow leads with the ceramic underneath. And he's going to take me down with the exact same rush. Extremely upsetting. The reason why I'm upset about that game is because I did the exact same rush against him, and it didn't kill him. And then he did the exact same rush against me, and then it killed me. We had pretty much the same defense. I would have been doing something a little bit different. My mortar placement might have been a little tiny bit different. Maybe my boats thing was a little tiny bit different. But honestly, I felt like it wouldn't be such a big difference, but it was. It's alright, though. It's alright. We're going to continue on and hopefully take him down on the last level. So I was up 2-0. And then all of a sudden, the games are completely swung into a completely different reaction for me. Now it's, oh crap, I'm all ahead and I'm all happy. And now it's, oh snap, we better win this game, or otherwise I'm going to be super upset to go from a 2-0 all the way down to a 2-3 and lose this game. That would be absolutely horrific. So also I messed up a little bit right there. I got my ninja a little bit late. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but I lost a lot of lives to pink balloons, and I probably shouldn't have lost that many. And he did a fairly good job of defending that as well. Also, a boat on his side, something you don't normally see too much. I'm assuming that what he's going to have is a mortar as his 4th tower. I think most people go mortars as their 4th tower. Mortars are almost a necessity in battles in almost every single level. That you pretty much just need them for that camo, that extreme camo protection, because nothing else really just beats camos that well. And we're both kind of have a similar strategy, but I have to be careful for level 8. Obviously, those yellows, those guys can be deadly. We got to be careful against them. I'm just more amused by this boat thing. And he decided to sell the boat and go for a ring of fire. So I actually had to sell my ninja to get up my ring of fire in time for those yellows. And I just got scared. I'll be honest with you. I got scared, and I just did not want him to kill me with yellows. A lot of people will do that. Sometimes people even fake the yellow rush. We'll go for like a few random yellows here and there and make them buy the ring of fire, and you don't really even need it yet. So I lost about 300 bucks on that ninja sell, but it's not that bad. It's not a horrific deal. But 300 bucks, I mean, it matters. It matters. By the time you get to this point, maybe you're going to be out of signal flare or something like that. Anyways, we both have pretty much a very similar strategy, but I have 2 ice towers now. Why did I decide to go for ice towers? I decided to go for, oh snap, there's the Regal Rainbows, but he's not a tiny rush, not a huge Regal Rainbow rush. I mean, not a tiny rush, probably like 3 Regal Rainbow rushes, 3 Regal Rainbows, and it looks like that did a fairly good job at keeping me at bay. Now I'm down quite a few lives. Level 15, Regal Ceramics, go, 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 and we're going to end up taking him down. Good game, my friends, and have a super duper delicious day.